Hello everyone, welcome back to Adventure Sparks. Today we are going to be taking you through the car, my dad's car, the Toyota Prado 2008 model 120 series. So just going to take you through a bit about the specs of the car itself and then the specs and what we have done to the car over and above just the average person. So let's get to it. So starting off at the front of the car, the Toyota Prado 120 series has got a 4-litre V6 engine which produces enough power to all four wheels to get you out of sticky situations or get you through just every day-to-day driving. The Toyota Prado has got a constant 4x4 system in it, which means that it constantly is in four-wheel drive, just depending on how you've obviously selected your gear ratio. The distribution of power to all the wheels and every wheel will be different. So mainly on the road when you're driving just every day-to-day life, the distribution is 70% power to the rear and 30% power to the front. And then obviously when you gear it up to high or low range 4x4, it'll then distribute the power either 50-50 or all to the engines. With the engine itself, we have not done anything to it. We haven't tuned it, we haven't done anything. It is stock, standard, pure Toyota ingenuity. The bonnet is held up by gas struts, which makes it quite easy to work on if you ever get into a situation where you need to work on the engine. There's no holding it up or piece of metal or something in the way of the bonnet holding it up. It is held up purely by gas struts, which helps a lot when coming to working on the vehicle. The Toyota Prado 120 series has a 90-litre standard fuel tank, but was built with an extra 90 litres as your extended fuel tank, bringing you up to 180 litres on board of fuel. Now you can either get it in the diesel variant or the petrol variant. We have the petrol variant, and the Toyota Prado is said to get between 9.2 or 13.6 litres per 100 kilometers. We average about 9.6 litres per 100, but obviously that all depends on your driving style. When it comes to the inside of the car, we have done quite a bit on it. We have got new seat covers for the car itself, just to protect the leather seats that it comes with. We have also done the lights over, done LEDs inside and outside for just extra vision at night and just to see better in the car, as well as fitting a two-way radio to the car to communicate with each other when driving. We used to use handheld ICOM radios when going on trips. However, we found that when going through bumps in the road or hills and going through mountain passes, the range of that radio was not really what we needed. So we then fitted our ICOM base station radios to the car via the battery, so that we can speak to each other, me and my car, my father and his, and we found recently on the previous trip that works so much better. When it comes to the car itself, we have got an automatic gearbox, so we don't have to worry about changing gears, and the automatic gearbox does make a lot of a difference when driving off-road. You don't have the hassle of trying to change gears going uphill or downhill. You simply just let the car drive itself. Coming to the back of the car, as you can see here, it is properly full at the moment. We normally run this the entire time while we're driving because of it just being such of a mission to get out. With the Toyota Prado 120 series, it comes standard with 8 seats. Now, 2 of them being back here, 2 removable seats that either stand up on the side, giving you some boot space, or lie flat to give this car 8 seats. We, however, with what we do camping wise, we've taken it out and replaced it with a tray where we can put boxes in. We are currently sitting with 6 front runner cub boxes that we can then easily slide in and out down here just via the clips and simply slide it out. So at the moment as well, we've got the fridge in it. It is a fridge freezer, National Luna. One part of it's a freezer where we can pack all our meat and stuff for when we go camping, and then the other part we pack all our vegetables and fruits, waters, and obviously all the rest of the stuff that we'll be needing for the camping trip. This is also built on a slider, so easy to take out and easy to put back in. On the side next to the fridge, we have got a battery which then powers all of this. We've also got a DC to DC C-Tech charger on it, which will then help charge the battery via either solar from the solar panel, which we have also on this car, or via the car itself while we're driving on the road. As you can see at the moment, we've got stuff back in here. This is however not always in here. We have just been asked recently at the moment to go help out with a function that's going on, so hence all the stuff packed in here is for the function. When we normally go camping, we've got 2 Tenko bundu bags, which we pack stuff in, clothes and blankets and stuff, which will go in here, as well as our front runner fold up chairs, which will then be stacked in here. Now on the side of the car, we have got our recovery gear, as well as a compressor, air compressor, and some reflective vests, and then also just our odds and ends, such as the gas stove and stove plate, as well as our tap for our water tank over here. And that water tank actually sits in the footwell of the back seats of my dad's car. On this side, we have got our toolkit, as well as some extra camping supplies such as rope or extra tent pegs or stuff like that. Anything that we would need that could possibly break or possibly need extra of when we go camping, we have here. Also in the back of the car, we have got the facilities to pack extra stuff up along the side if we wanted to, on the one, due to the other side having the battery on it, so you don't really want to be packing stuff on top of that. However, we don't, because we've just never had the issue of having way too much to pack. We normally go with as little as we can, so that we don't have the hassle of taking everything out to try and find what you're looking for. Everything in this car has its own spot, and that just makes it easier for us to find stuff if we have to. Even the boxes below have their own each individual names, such as cutlery, extra food, cookery, and box 1, 2 and 3, which will then have food or extra supplies in it. Let's move on. Now, to actually go camping, or call it camping, you obviously need a place to sit under, such as shade or somewhere nice just to sit to cool off, as well as a tent, otherwise it is not called camping. So on my father's car, the Toyota Prado 120, we have got an Alucab 270-degree shadow awning, which spans from the side of the car, this side, all the way around to the end of the roof there, giving us ample shade for during the day when we need it, or at night just to cover us from any rain or weather that we don't want to be in the middle of. Then just behind that, we have got the Alucab tent, which pops up like a triangle, sort of like that on the car, and it is lovely. Previously on this car, we used to have a canvas tent that we used to put up that used to fold out, but subsequently that has been passed down to me for my car, for when we go camping together. Then I have that sitting on the top of my car. You'll see the video about everything that's set up and how my car is set up soon. They'll be coming out at a later stage. In this tent over here, you get light, as well as charging ports for your phones or accessories that you might want to charge while camping. So it is amazing high-tech tent up top there, as well as some of the stuff that we've built onto it, such as here we've got a little pipe that folds out, which we can magnetically stick on an LED strip light for working in what we call the kitchen at the back here at night, to just give us ample light without having to try and find a place to magnetically stick it on the car and risk the chances of scratching or denting and stuff like that. With regards to the outside of the car, we have not done anything else to this car. Everything on this car is stock standard. We don't believe in having big rigs or big tourers, although some of the stuff is helpful to the car. For what we do at the moment, we do not need any of the likes of bull bars, bash plates and stuff like that, although it will protect your car and it is necessary for if you're going far overlanding through rocky terrains and dips and ditches and places where you will go and mess up your car, then it is very much needed. But for us that aren't doing that at the moment, the car as it sits now is perfect. We have never had an issue with the car being too low to the ground or the height of the car off the ground being anything of an issue. It has worked perfectly for us and has not given us any issues whatsoever. The tires are general grabbers, all terrains. We have also had no issues with them at all, as well as them working flawlessly out there in the bush. We've had absolutely no issues. The only issue we do have with this car as it is set up now is that when we do get back from camping trips and just want to live normal day-to-day lives, the height of all of this does give an issue when trying to go into shopping malls or any place where the height restriction is anything lower than 2 meters. As it stands now, this car sits at 2.6 meters tall, so it is quite a height when you're trying to get into smaller places. Also, just to note that on the outside of the car up here, you'll see we've got 4 roof rails as well as underneath here. The tent sits on 6 roof rails at the bottom and 4 on the top for any extra packing we want to do, such as wood or charcoal, and the gas bottle that sits up there. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's all we can show you for now on this car. Next time we'll be taking you guys through the Mitsubishi Pajero and showing you a little bit about that car and what it does and what we have done changes to that car, my car. But for now, that is all we can show you on the Toyota Prado. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Enjoy. That's all we can show you now for this car. I hope you guys enjoyed it and can't wait to see you guys next time. Next time we'll be taking you through the Mitsubishi Prado. Not Prado, Toyota. General grabbers, all terrains. There we go. Let's start this. Over.